Now we're ready to try making some isometric drawings for ourselves. We're going to be making our isometric drawings on isometric dot paper. There's different types of paper you can use, but I find the dots the easiest. And so basically what we're going to be doing is if we have a 3D object, the bottom of the object, the flat bottom, is going to be sketched on these angled lines, connecting dots at angles, and vertical lines for the height of the object are going to continue to be vertical. And I'll show you an example here in the next slide. We're going to create an isometric drawing of a 2 by 3 by 4 rectangular prism, and what we mean by that 2 by 3 by 4 is length by width by height. Now our isometric dot paper isn't all that many dots high, and so it's really important that we start close to the bottom for this example. So when you're following along, try to grab the same dot I'm grabbing. I'm going to use this one to start here, and it's good that it's right down near the bottom. So here's the dot I'm choosing here, right down near the bottom. So if you could start on that dot, that'll make sure we have enough room to complete this sketch. So let's start with the 2 by 3 part. That's the length and the width. The length and width along the bottom of the rectangular prism needs to be 2 units by 3 units. So I'm going to do 2 units off in this angled direction and 3 units, 1, 2, 3, off in that direction. And by sort of connecting these with dotted lines, I'm just going to use dotted lines because you're going to see the rest of the diagram grow around it. We can see the base of our 2 by 3 rectangle. Now what we need to do is make the height, which is 4 units. So from each corner of this 3D shape, we need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the height of our rectangular prism, and now we can connect the sides along the top of the prism, and again 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, to create our isometric view of a 2 by 3 by 4 rectangular prism. And so you can see how this gives us a nice sort of 3D angled view of our rectangular prism. Okay, so what we're going to try to do here is make an isometric drawing from the views provided. And just so that we're clear, because we have to talk about what's the front and what's the right, the front here is going to be viewed from this sort of angle here. The right is going to be angled sort of from the right-hand side viewing in. And then, of course, the top, let's do the top in blue, the top is viewed from the top down. So to start with, let's start with the top just because I think that's an easy place to start, and especially based on the shape. The top view is a square 2 by 2. What we're going to find in this problem is that it's not easy. It is not an easy problem to solve. And there might have to be some erasing as we go along. So what I'm going to do is sketch from the top down, we see a 2 by 2 square. So I'm going to start by sketching a 2 by 2 base. I'll do dotted lines along the back and side. That's my top view. So that handles that part. That's about as far as we can go for now. Now let's think about the front view. The front we see is 2 by 2 with a little, so it's like a 2 by 2 square here, but then we have an extra little 1 unit square jumping out from the top. So I'm going to sketch that 2 high by 2 across square to start. So there's that. And then here's my 1 unit up jump. And then I'm going to, well, I'll stop there for now. And I'm going to go to the green one from the right. So again, we have a 2 by 2 base here. So that's 2 across, 2 down. That's our good base there. That's 2 by 2. And again, it goes 1 unit up. This time it's on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go 1 unit up. So how's that look? Well, I think it looks pretty good. Let's connect things off and see what we have. So I'm going to try to finish this off, just sort of by connecting all our dots, and then see if what we have makes sense. Well, what's going on in the back? Either it drops down so that these two things drop down in the back, so we don't see how they're connecting back there. Or we could have another block back here along the top. But does this make sense? Well, we can see that there's a problem, because when viewing from the front, like we are here on the green, we are not supposed to see anything up here. But there's the side that's showing. So we've messed up somehow. Same with viewing from the front side. Viewing from the front, we're not supposed to see something here, but because we thought that the block had to be here from the green side, from the right-hand side, we have something where it's not supposed to be. So how can we fix this? Well, the thing is that viewing from the front, this 1 unit thing, we didn't know that it was right at the front of the structure. What if we moved it back a level? And what if we did the same with the view from the right-hand side? What if we moved this block back or inwards a level? Well, then what we see is that we would get something that has a 2 by 2 square base when viewed from the top, and it would have that proper right and side view. That's getting a little messy, so I'm going to do a clean view of that on the next slide. So here I am. I'm just going to do a clean view of what we worked on the last slide that has a 2 by 2 base to it. And then it goes up 2 on both the front and right views. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go up 2 on both the front and right views. And then in order to get from the viewing from the front a 1 jump up and from the right a 1 jump up, what I need to do is move that jump up back a level so that, there we go, as we head back, there's our jump up. And now we have an object that looks proper from our 3 views. So you can see some of these isometric drawings might take a little trial and error. They can be tricky.